Okay, so now you got me curious. I want to understand how it happened that you actually started day one of filming. Where did you do that? I think there were more than one countries involved, right?
That's correct. It was in Poland, mostly in Poznań, and in the States, California, in the Los Angeles. The day of planning or the day of shooting?
From the day of planning that you will be doing this to the day actually this materialized and you started working with the actors. This process is also interesting, especially that we're coming first from the technical medical quiz solution, and then we need to completely switch the mindset into something different. So I'm really curious and fascinated by the interdisciplinary approach you're taking. Hello, everyone. This is Joanna from Sustainability Mastermind. Today, I have the pleasure of welcoming Damian Ratajczak, who is the founder and the CEO of QP, which is the Medical Questions Bank. It's the technical solution for medical education and for helping medical students go through their education process. Welcome, Damian.
Hello, Joanna. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you for taking the time. It's great to have you here. I would love to hear from you a little more about your company, the project that you're developing. But before we go there, I would like to also understand how you see the key term of our meeting, which is sustainability.
Sustainability itself, as I understand it right now, is the approach to lifestyle. So by lifestyle, I mean that it's not only business, but also the way we live our lives. Basically, when it comes to food choices, when it comes to waste management, and like we just mentioned, business, everything with sustainability in mind can be created in a different modern way, probably beneficial to all of us. We are living in an age where things are getting more and more exciting with technology and how it will affect our lives. We have AI being developed and getting smarter. We have virtual reality and augmented reality. And we have dApps, which are decentralized apps, usually based on blockchain. We have big data. All that can lead to hopefully a better society where living is even more convenient. We get service delivered faster and probably have less worries on our shoulders. The big data, we're really thinking of applying a big database of medical knowledge that doctors could use without much thinking of validity of sources. So we realize that there is a lack of certain place like this. As far as I know, there is a database similar to this in the United States. Nothing to my knowledge in the UK, where we're heading with our product too. So together with doctors from the UK, we are in a conceptual phase of creating such a database. Then the next step could be applying some deep learning system. And with that, that's of course the future, right? But in the future, for most cases, you could really, I'll put it this way, the general practitioner might not be needed anymore in most cases, because with big data, where we have a database of patients, of course, anonymous database, with the health data, we could really extract that knowledge thanks to the artificial intelligence. and apply to a patient, so that the general practitioner might not be needed anymore. And that's exciting too, because many people lack access to a doctor. And thanks to big data, thanks to artificial intelligence, we might resolve this problem and not having it anymore, because people could be, to put it simple, they could be diagnosed with a smartphone. The cost of education should be going down, and more people will have access to medical knowledge. And as a result, hopefully we will have more doctors, because WHO knows, and it's available everywhere online, so everyone can look it up. And there is a huge gap growing between our needs and the resources, the medical resources that we have and will have available. The population around the world is getting older, and we will need more medical healthcare, even more than it is right now. The population itself is growing too, because we are right now approaching 8 billion people on the earth. And these are the problems that many people don't even realize that they are about to happen. And if we don't act now, we may have an even more crucial problem in the future.
That's an actual challenge that you're referring to. And I think it's very interesting that you're targeting this issue for quite a while already, a few years now. And this has become even more relevant just now that we're currently, as we're recording this conversation, we're in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic. And I think the population around the world has noticed how much of a challenge we have in terms of access to medical support, to the experts, the doctors, but also to the actual treatment opportunities in terms of infrastructure. So I see your solution as very noble in that sense, because it really increases the chances for people to get the medical qualification in the way which doesn't require that much of the academical support and additional materials as you would typically need when preparing for tests and exams. So it's actually great that you're using technology, and the types of technology you described, which you are actually looking at to include in your solution. That's really amazing. I see that there is a huge potential for growth. All the AR, VR solutions you mentioned, I didn't even know you're planning to somewhat include them in your growth plan. So thank you for actually making this kind of contribution, really. That's really interesting. And I know also from our previous conversations that you have a very non-standard approach to showing this solution and encouraging people to using this. So can you maybe tell me a little more how it happened that you started your activities in the film industry, which was mind-blowing, coming from the technical education company?
Right. Right. So our theme for most of the time was to bring the joy back into medical education. And usually when you set a goal for yourself and it really infects you, and you start thinking, okay, so what does it mean for me and for others, medical students? And that's exciting.